Yo, what's going on, guys? Hope you're well wherever you are, whatever the time, and welcome back to another video. It's been a little while, hasn't it? It's been a little while, and for the three human beings that saw my post about the Arnold Classic, I'm really sorry that I haven't got a vlog for you, myself, or Bryony and myself. We went to the Arnold Classic Expo, and I did plan to record it. I was thinking, yeah, I'll vlog the day and whatnot, and show everyone what I'm getting up to, and honestly, it's just not something that I even thought about once I was there. It was essentially just walking around for the whole day, there wasn't really too much to report on. So for the couple of people that were relying on that, I'm sorry. But yeah, we did go to the Arnold Classic, and man, expos are not what they used to be for me. I remember I went to Body Power back in, I'm going to say, I'm going to say 2018 2018 or 2017, one of those years. And back then, I was a little bit earlier into my lifting journey, career, whatever you want to call it. And I was more inspired to meet these influencers and pros and whatnot. And it was a bit more of a spectacle to me. Whereas now I just don't care. I have no interest in queuing to take a photo with somebody or that kind of thing. It's a little bit strange to me. It is a little bit strange to me, but I think it was good to just go and see a few people who I've had connection with on social media over these years who I haven't potentially seen in person. I think that's really, really cool. I think it would have been best as well if I actually had paid to see the show, the actual Arnold Classic show, and watch the bodybuilding. Because in all honesty, the best thing about the day for me was, like I said, the connection with some people, but also watching the powerlifting. The powerlifting was so good there. Just watching some freaks lift crazy weight. So, but yeah, all in all, it's just not the same as what it used to really be, to be honest with you. But yeah, that was what we done last weekend. I'm showing you this session because this is actually a new push session for me, and I recently had a switch up of things because my training kind of led me to a bit of a decision with the exercises that I'm doing and the amount of volume that I'm doing as well. I was just absolutely destroying myself. And you get to like a certain level of strength or experience where you have to make a compromise, you have to make a change, otherwise you're just going to end up crippled. So this is a new session that I'm doing. So first exercise you would have saw was a pec deck, and then we move on to a Smith machine press, which I haven't done since prep. Like around the midway point of prep is where I stopped doing the press with a Smith machine, but it felt great. And it felt good to just do some exercises that I haven't done in a long while, do you know what I mean? So the pec deck was 2 sets in total with a rest pause or drop set, I believe, at the end of it. And then this was 2 sets, standard top set, back off. You know the deal. Training for myself since making these changes as well to volume and exercise and whatnot has been a little bit better, but I feel like, I don't know if I've mentioned this before on previous vlogs, but as you get more experienced, it's more so just about just not getting hurt. Your joints, when you've just spent so long just training in pretty much the same fashion and moving, I would say, a decent amount of weight for years, your knees, your hips, your shoulders, elbows, everything just gets worn down, and you've got to be able to manage that properly. If you don't, you just end up ruining yourself. So you've got to make sure that you make the adjustments when you need to. Alongside the changes in my training as well, I've also made an increase to my food. I'm currently eating just under 5,000 calories, and I increased my food on those non-training days as well, because I've obviously mentioned before that I eat higher food on my training days in comparison to my rest days. But yeah, food has gone up because the scale was being a little bit stubborn, so we had to bump the food up a little bit. The next move of that is probably just adjusting food sources. I am getting to that point where oats are getting a little bit long. They're getting a little bit long, and eating 150 grams of them each day isn't the best. There's been a few occasions where I've blended them, and I'm thinking to just change the source completely, just to make the food a little bit easier to go down. Because I've eaten more food than this in the past in terms of calories. I've gone up to about 6,000 calories and 1,000 grams of carbs before. But the food sources were a little bit different, I believe. So I'm going to potentially have a look back at some of the meals I had when I was eating that level of food and kind of looking to see if I can use some of those sources now, if that makes sense. But yeah, food has been upped because we want the scale to be moving up in the off season. That has to be happening. In bodybuilding, well, competitive bodybuilding, if you want to be improving, your body weight needs to be going up or down. The speed in which it goes up or down is obviously relative to your experience and how much muscularity and how lean you are, but it needs to be moving if you want to constantly be progressing. So just bear that in mind. Other than that, life has been good. Been busy. Recently actually saw the second Dune Part 2, which was good. Very good, to be fair. Much better than not much better. It was better than the first one for sure. A little bit more action and yeah, everything about Dune that's just great was still there, like the music and the cinematography. And the annoying thing is we didn't see it in IMAX, but then I checked the price for IMAX, to view it in IMAX, and it was like £20 a ticket. I was like, do you know what? I bet it's great, but I'm not spending £40 for 2 tickets to see Dune. That's a meal out, you know. So we went to go see it at just regular cinema on a regular screen. But yeah, it was good, enjoyable. Aside from that as well, just been working, busy. If you didn't know already as well, Adam and myself have released a prep lecture series. So if there's anybody who is interested in receiving that, anybody who's interested in competing, feel like this guide will help you a lot. It's a free guide. It talks about the pre-prep phase. It talks about how to perfect your prep, things to avoid, and it also talks about peak week as well. So if you want to get your hands on that, just leave a comment below saying perfect prep, and I will get that sent over to you and get you all the details that you need. But yeah, for sure, I definitely think it's a good resource for people that just haven't competed before, or people that have but they want to get a different perspective. But yeah, work has been busy and things have been great. So yeah, you can see this workout anyway. We went through a few presses, hammer strength press, we done some dips on the machine, then we moved on to triceps. I like this variation of kind of almost like a skull crusher, but I've got my arm across my body. Great for the tricep. And then we moved on to the final tricep exercise, which was the cross body cable extension with cuffs. People have asked why I use the cuffs. I use them because I haven't got to hold onto any handles. I haven't got to worry about my grip. There's some people that don't even like to use attachments for this movement, but for the most part, your hands are going to be way too small to be able to maintain your grip, right? Like, how are you going to progress that? So use the cuffs so I haven't got to worry about my grip failing me, basically. But yeah, that's basically my new push session. If you have any questions, let me know. As always, make sure to like the video, subscribe, and I'll see you for the next one.